2. Oh, shit, no, I wanna try this. Hang on. Switch 4. The value isn't 0, 1, or 2. Save and submit code. Okay, cool. It's just as I expected. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta turn off the music and break it down sentence by sentence, even whenever you're just feeling absolutely suboptimal, I guess I'll call it. Alright, so switch syntax. 3 out of 6 exercises. Alright, cool. Tea break coming up. Alright, a switch statement is similar to an if elif. I guess he meant to say else if? What the fuck is an elif? Alright, a switch statement is similar to an if, else statement in that you can check multiple conditions. It's condition. Here's what it looks like. My_num equals 2. Okay, so the number variable is 2. The switch is set to the value of my_num. So case 1 means say 1, break. Case 2 equals say 2, break. Case 3. Okay, so I guess case means well, case is going to have this little orange value or pink value or whatever right here, and that's going to correspond to my_num, which corresponds to this number. I'm guessing. I'm not quite sure if this can be like a string or something. That I'm kind of curious about if this can be a string. But default echo none of the above. So anything else, it's going to say none of the above. Alright, so that makes sense. Alright, here's what it looks like. Alright, so we see that a switch statement is made up of the switch keyword, a variable to check, and a pair of curly braces. Here we check the value of my_num. Then we have a case block for each comparison. For example, case 1. Okay, so this is basically what I just said. Let's make sure I was right. For example, case 1, echo 1, break checks whether my_num is equal to 1. If yes, it echoes 1 and uses break to exit the switch statement. Yeah, so just to cut the loop. So otherwise, the next case block runs. Oh, the next one. So it's doing them sequentially. Alright, if all cases return false, the default case gets executed. Okay, that makes sense. On line 10, right here, there's a switch statement. Fill the underscore spots with the correct code. Alright, so on line 10 it says switch variable fruit. Fill the blank spots with the correct code. Check out the example above. Okay, so I guess case. I guess this answers what I was wondering about the string in the case. So, no, not capitalized. Case, apple, echo, yummy, break. Alright. Now, okay, cool. Yeah, it says it right there. Alright, switch fruit. Let's change it to raisin. Raisins are not yummy. That is correct. Alright, add the default case. Okay, so default like so. Oh, no, yeah, there we go. Default colon next echo possibly not yummy. Period. God, this thing is taking so long. Semicolon. And no break, I guess. Possibly not yummy. There we go. Alright, so save and submit the code. I'm glad I even got that one right because I was not sure if I was done yet. Alright, multiple cases falling through. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yep, I'm recording. Alright. You sometimes want to make multiple expressions, all of which have the same result. Consider the following if statement. If I variable equals 1, and I variable equals 2, and I variable equals 3, echo I is somewhere between 1 and 3. With a switch statement, you can do this by adding cases right after another without a break. This is called falling through. The following code works exactly like the above if statement. Okay, so basically this is this. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Echo, it is somewhere between 1 a.m. and 1 and 3. Okay, so the instructions. Replace the 2 underscores to make the switch also check for 3 and 4. I'm guessing that's what this is. 3, 4. Is that it? Okay, so let's see what this is trying to do so we can make the best use of this code while we're here. So the I variable is 5. Switch is set to I, so I is 5. Switch is 5. So case 0, which it isn't, echo variable is 0. Break. And then case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, which is the condition we're looking for, echo I variable is somewhere between 1 and 5. Break. That's very fuzzy, but I mean technically it's not wrong. So case 6, case 7 obviously are not the answers, but we can test it by doing different numbers here. So we're going to do case 1. Alright. I is somewhere between 1 and 5 and it falls through. Huh. That's yeah, so technically that's right, even though I'm not giving it the right value. So 3. Ooh, what happened there? Okay, so that worked. 4, 5. Of course, 5 works. 6 is either 6 or 7. 7. What about apple? Apple. Alright, case 0. I is 0. Yeah, that's possibly a little problem right there. But anyway, let's see if it's 10. I don't know how much I is. Okay, cool. So it defaults to that. So we've got that going. Save and submit code. And see, just a second ago I was bitching about how long it took, but I don't know, I quickly got fascinated whenever I tried to figure out how exactly his code is working. So in my head, pretty much what I'm doing is trying to figure out how I'm going to apply these things, these concepts that I'm learning, to some real-world scenarios. I don't know, maybe I just need to see a little bit more before I'll start, architecting some stuff in my head. So using end switch, syntactic sugar. Buzzword, I don't even know what that means. Alright, you have 2 ways of creating a switch. First, there's the way we've made all the past exercises. Switch value, this is some kind of variable, and then the little executey thingy. Alright, and then, but we can also make it this way. Switch I, end switch. This is called alternative syntax. It exists to provide syntactic sugar. What the fuck does that even mean? There's no difference when using either the curly brace syntax, first example, or alternative syntax, second example. It only provides readability, thus it's usually used when mixing HTML and PHP code in the same file. So, have they done that here? Yep, they have all this right here. Okay, so they've got this, and they've also got this. So this could have been this, I'm guessing. And I'm guessing this could be end switch. Alright, let's see if it's even somewhere between. Alright, cool, yeah, it worked. Alright, instructions. In the editor, you have the code for the previous exercise. Make the code use the alternative syntax rather than the curly brace syntax. Alright, so there's no curly braces left in here. Luckily, that's what they wanted us to do. So, save and submit code. Yeah, let's do this. I could smell the Earl Grey already. Alright, all on your own. It's time to show. Oh, fuck, don't do this. It's time to show what you've learned about switches so far. Instructions. Create a switch statement with 3 different cases and a default case if you wish. Feel free to use alternative syntax as well. Alright, well, let's just try and do this. So dollar variable equals, no, not equals, what am I, yeah, equals, variable equals 1, this thing. Yeah, I think that's what I do. Yeah, switch. And then this thing, whoops, that, like so, and this. Or is it supposed to be like this? Hoo-ah. Alright, switch variable, this thing, go around like this. Case 0, this. Okay, 3 different cases and a default case if you wish. Case 0, echo 0. Alright. Do I have to put the break in there? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Alright. Case 0. Alright. And then we've got case 1. Echo 1. Break. I'm still not even sure if I'm doing this right. Let me do this just to make sure and switch this thing. Okay, cool. All right, so it's failing. It's falling up or failing up or whatever the fuck that is. Case 1, and then I need to do a case 2. All right, I'm gonna try and tone down the language for those of you youngsters that are watching this. I'm just thinking maybe I should do that. All right, 2, and then this break. This, then default, echo, this is the default response. Okay, so let's test out our code now. 0, okay, 1, okay, 2, okay, now let's test the default. 5. Sweet. Alright, cool, so it works. Save and submit code. Fuck yeah. Whoops. Okay, so I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking as soon as possible. I'm gonna go make myself some tea. Hopefully, I'll clean up the language a little bit. Let me tweet it this time so that I can remember. And I'm going to. You know, instead of converting and uploading as I go, I think I'm just gonna record a lot of them and just blow through this profile or tutorial thing and get as many recorded as possible and just do all the converting at once. So yeah, I'm sure it's all inconsequential to you guys as long as you get to see it anyway. So anyway, I'm so excited about this. I'm starting to understand a lot more how to analyze the code, you know, command by command and make sure everything looks good. So join me in the next little lesson. I'm gonna go get some tea and I'll be right back. So let's do this. Alright, so what started out as a simple cup of tea ended up being a grilled chicken breast and a sweet potato baked. It was awesome, by the way. But anyway, let's get back to the lesson. Let me take a sip of this and we'll go ahead and get started. Wonderful green tea Zen by, shit, I can't remember what it is, but it's really good. Alright, so we were doing switches last time and also cases. And cases were the easier way of doing switches and end switches and whatnot. So, all on your own. Oh, we already did this one. Next course, arrays. Now, arrays, have always been like a step ahead. Like in any programming language I've ever learned, like arrays has always been a step ahead. Like I understand what they are because we did them in calculus, but as far as programming goes, that's just a point at which I recognize whether I'm really devoted to something or if I'm not. Alright, so an array is a list of items, a bit like a shopping list. It allows you to store more than one item in only one variable. Think of it like this. When writing your shopping list, you could use a separate piece of paper for each item you need to buy, a variable. However, this is silly and unneeded. Could you imagine how hard it would be to carry all that paper around with you? So you use one piece of paper for all your items. That's one piece of paper for your array. Okay, so once you're ready to move on, click Save and Submit Code. Alright, so title, arrays, title, head, body, PHP. Alright, so array, this is just a variable name, so I guess this doesn't have to be array, equals array, and it's specifying that this is an array, like a little matrix or something. So save and submit code. I guess this one was kind of a gimme. No wonder there's 7 on this one. I wonder if all of them are written by the same person. That would be a good question. Have you noticed something familiar at the start of our array? That's right. It starts in the same way as a variable with a $sign and then a name followed by equals. Alright, add your array elements after beans and before the final. Okay. So I guess it wants us to add some array items. However, this is when things start to get different. When declaring an array, we have to use array. This basically tells PHP that array is an array and not something else, such as a regular old variable. Alright, fair enough. By now, I'm sure you have noticed the text inside the parentheses. This is just the items in our array. So currently our array has the items egg, tomato, and beans in it. If you can add any type of information to an array, and you do it in much the same way as when declaring. You can add any type of information to an array, and you do it in much the same way as when declaring variables. Okay. Use when adding strings and just enter the number when adding integers. Alright, cool. Yeah, same rules as before. You must always remember, however, that each item in an array must be separated by a comma. Okay, cool. So let's add some stuff. Let's add some cheese. Oh, trying to follow the case. Cheese. Alright. Let's get some Mountain Dew throwback because it has 76 grams of sugar. And what a wonderful way to blow your amount of carbs. Let's add the 76 grams of sugar right there. Alright, cool. So, let's, I hope this works. I just did this because it said that we could. So, hopefully it works. Alright, save and submit code. Oh. 5 elements. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. What? What is 5 elements? Oh, I have to add chips and sausage. Alright, cool. Chips. Oops. Saucisse. Heyo, silver. Alright, 25 exercises. That's tweet worthy right there. Alright, close. Start the next lesson. Creating your first array. Nice work. Now let's try creating an array from scratch. Create an array called friends and put the names of 3 of your friends in it. Since each friend's name is a string, make sure to write it between quotes. Click stuck, get a hint for an example. How about click fuck you because I'm capable. Drunk on green tea, bitch. Create an array called friends. Friends equals array. Alright. Put the names of 3 of your friends in it. I don't have friends. So, Harry, Tom. Sally. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Whew. Good looking out, buddy. Alright, cool. Alright, look, that worked. Alright, start next lesson. Access by offset with brackets. Each item in an array is numbered starting from 0. For example, when we create an array, PHP myArray equals array, each item is numbered starting from 0 like this. Alright, do, re, mi. The item do is in position 0, and the item re is in the position 1, and so on. Therefore, we can access a particular item of the array using its position like this. Echo myArray outputs do. Alright, cool, that makes sense. So it just calls up the number that's associated to each one of these items right here, like 0, because they all start counting from 0. So 0, 1, 2. So if you did echo myArray and then specified 2, what's that called? A selector or something like that? Like, I don't know. Alright, then we use echo to output the first item in myArray. Since items are numbered starting from 0, do is at position 0. In line 8, there's an array named tens right here. Alright. Use echo to output the third item in tens. Alright. So, echo, what are we going to do? Tens, and then this thing, and then, let's see, output the third item, so 2, and then this thing, and that thing. Alright. So, save and submit code. God, what am I listening to here? This is like some crazy clown music, and I'm not having it. Alright. Much better. Wow, this is a really good track. Exodus Quartet, The Far East Coast. Alright, cool. Sorry you guys can't hear this. Start next lesson. Alright, access by offset with curly braces. PHP is a very flexible language. When accessing arrays by offset, you can actually use two different types of syntax. The bracket syntax we've covered, or you can use curly braces. You use the curly braces just like you use the square brackets. What were the the square brackets. Alright. PHP myArray equals array, do, re, mi, print myArray 2 prints me. So I guess this is like using end switches or something like that. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's just that's the way they do it. Syntax we covered, or you can use curly braces. You can use curly braces just like you use square brackets. Equivalent one or the other is totally up to you. Wow. So I guess you can really tell who coded it, you know, by what's their preference for a lot of these things. I like that. So I guess it kind of means like PHP can be beautiful, you know? Getting all romantic. Alright, here we go. Modifying array elements. An item in an array can be changed by specifying its position and providing a new value like this. PHP myArray equals array, red, blue, yellow, doopy-doo. Echo myArray 1, outputs blue. MyArray equals green. Oh, that ain't right. Is this right? Oh, okay. I see what it did there. First, we create a new array, myArray, with a list of colors. Then we output the item at position 1 since the items are numbered starting from 0. Blue is at position 1. Next, we change the item at position 1 to green. Now, when we output the item at position 1, we get green. Okay. In line 8, there's an array named languages. Change an item in the languages array. You could take your pick. Then use echo to output languages. Okay, so just output the changes once we're done. Alright, JavaScript, PHP, Python, Ruby. Oh no, I can't do that to Python. Ah, shit. Quite the quandary. Alright, Ruby, you gotta go. HTML, 5. So, it's already listed. Pascal. Alright, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do echo, echo languages, this thing, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, this thing, this thing. Booyah. Yes? No? Did I modify one of the elements in language? Yeah, I did. I don't understand. What is this? What is going on here? Did you use equals to modify? Oh, okay. That's what it was. Okay, so what was this one over here? Ruby? Alright, Ruby. Then we're gonna do, whoops. We're gonna do languages for equals what were we gonna say? Haskell echo languages for this thing and this thing. Yep. Is that how I do it? Yes, sir. Alright, start next lesson. Hell yeah. So I was feeling slow at the beginning of this lesson. I think it was a little bit of that that chicken buzz getting me. Alright, deleting array elements. Chicken buzz, only a fat kid would say that. Deleting array elements. Finally, you can remove elements using unset. Why would you do that? Array red, blue, green. Unset array 2, so that would unset green. You can even delete the whole array. Unset array. Instructions. Go ahead and remove Python from the languages array using unset. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, Python. Sweet. Alright, let's tweet this one. Hit tweet. Alright. Wow, that's some weird music going on right now. Alright, so for those of you that aren't hearing the music, I've got my sound card routed up kind of weird so that I can hear music while I'm doing this, so that it keeps me at a good pace to where I'm just, talking constantly and stuff while I'm doing what I'm doing. And like the playlist has just been really off, so it's just kind of throwing me off, and I'm like, okay. So anyway, guys, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start the next video. See you in the next one. Hopefully it's not too hard. I definitely look forward to finishing this course. I can't wait to learn PHP with you guys. So here we go. Alright, and I came back to the front page here to check our progress, and we're at 35%. I'm so excited. Congratulations if you've made it this far. I know that I'm proud of myself for making it this far. Frankly, I thought that I would start cursing myself for even starting to make this whole series of the Codecademy Learning PHP. So I'm happy you guys are watching. Thanks for following along, and enough said. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to click Continue. Yes, I'm recording a video right now. I've got my other computer